I don't know how to say it, but no one expects you to win.
I know. I didn't
I
either.
mean, I didn't
Matter
think
of
you,
fact,
you were.
I didn't even check the results until like late. And then when I saw I was ahead, I was like, "What?"
Were you by yourself?
Yeah. I didn't even go out or anything. I was just wasn't
I
even.
mean, that happens once in a while, but that's a really good sign that you can actually win the general election.
Let me say this. I served with Teresa Benitez Thompson, TBT. I served with her. I know how radical she is. I
She is a
know she is
radical.
not a moderate. Do not fall for that. She is radical.
Hi, this is Bill Conrad, and welcome to the Conrad Report. Today we have Jim Marchant, Republican candidate, Secretary of State. Listen in, and you'll know why they call him Mr. Election Integrity and why it is his time to win and become our next Secretary of State. Also, it's almost First Wednesday, and we will see you at the Red Move Luncheon at the Reno Town Mall on Wednesday. So go get your tickets over at redmove.org. Now, without further ado, let's get right back in and listen to Jim. Hey, my guest today is Jim Marchant, the Republican nominee for the Nevada Secretary of State. Jim became a leading advocate in election integrity, voter identification, paper ballots, and great transparency at a time when it wasn't so popular. And a lot of people said it can't be done. And everyone's going mail-in ballots, and the Democrats were stuffing the ballots and doing all sorts of things. But Jim, you are popular now because that's proof of what just happened. We had a four-person, good people running for Secretary of State, all good people, campaigns. You came out of nowhere, not nowhere because you've been around, but people trust you, knew you, and voted for you with a nominal
Right.
campaign that you put on. And so, and congratulations, you have my full support. And
Well, I
I think you've got a
appreciate
great
that.
chance of winning this election, the general election, because of the swell of people, both Republican and Democrats, support you.
Well, I mean, the polls now, they're what, 74% of the people want voter ID. And I think a majority, vast majority, want the SAVE Act to be passed. So that's bipartisan. So it's crossing over from just Republicans. And as the uniparty people would say, the election deniers and the radicals and the MAGA, you know, conservatives. So it's crossing over. They need to pay attention to that because people are very concerned about the state of their country and world right now. And none of this would be happening. We wouldn't have $4 or $5 gas prices and inflation through the roof and criminals in office. That's another huge issue. The amount of fraud that we have in our country right now, you've seen it in Minnesota, you've seen it in California, $5 trillion in Texas, billions and billions right here in Nevada that I have uncovered, me personally, and have passed on to DOJ and President Trump. Right here in Nevada, we would not have that fraud if it wasn't for election fraud. And we've got to fix that first. If we fix our elections to where they're fair and transparent, we don't elect criminals and we don't have all of these problems. People don't have to worry about paying their bills and working paycheck to paycheck, living paycheck to paycheck. It all starts with election integrity. I knew that back in 2020 when I started this whole modern election day movement with a bunch of great patriots. And that's the fruits of our labor were borne out last Thursday. I guess it was a week ago today when President Trump went on TV and basically presented our evidence, the evidence that my team and I gave him over the past year through Tulsi Gabbard. Thank God, she was very good in working with us and making sure she understood what the problems were and getting them to President Trump. And now we have a chance to save our country in this coming election because they did listen and all the work that we did. And I can't thank the people around the country that worked with me and our team tirelessly since November 4th, 2020, literally. And I hope that President Trump is going to continue to do what we've asked him to do. If he does, we'll save our country and actually save our world. And I'm
So
not
what
kidding.
specifically have we asked Trump to do? I mean, he's out there for election integrity, the SAFE Act, voter ID, all those things. Plus, we
Yeah,
have voter ID coming up on the ballot. So that should help you too. The voter ID issue should really give you a
Absolutely.
hook on, because you are Mr. Voter ID,
Yep.
safe elections, one vote,
Yep.
one person,
It,
one vote.
yeah. So what we've basically told him, we need to go back to a precinct level voting system and no mail-in ballots and no machines, and we've got to count them at the precinct level. We can do that. I think the largest precinct's 5,000 people. We can count that in a matter of hours. So that's what we've got to do. That's what we have presented to him. He gets it. He knows it. Now, both of us, he and I both, are bound by laws, and you can't just change laws, on a whim. So, or you can't just wave a wand and make it happen. So what he's tried to do is get the SAVE Act passed, and we have, I have no idea. It's beyond me why any Republican would resist the SAVE Act. It's mind-boggling to me. And there's only one explanation of why the Republicans wouldn't all get behind this SAVE Act. I mean, every Republican in the House and every Republican in the Senate should vote positively for this SAVE Act. And they're not doing it. And that tells you one thing. They're not on our team. They're not on America's team. They're bought and paid for by somebody else, and they're doing the bidding for them. They're not doing the bidding for us. And they're doing it just to stay in power and keep us oppressed and basically slaves. I mean, we're slaves, and we've got to break out of that. And the only way to do it is to start with our election system and slowly make it fair and transparent. And President Trump understands this. There are some things he can do that can allow us to win in this 26th election. If he does, then we can start the process to change the laws, the bad laws that were put in place way back in 90s with Bill Clinton, the HAVA, Help America Vote Act. They implemented motor voter law then, which is, a way that they're brilliant, the way that they were able to begin to manipulate the system way back then, because they knew that. They say, well, we get the DMV to register people, and, they'd register them and they'd talk them into, voting Democrat or registering as Democrat.
Well, Jim, the big thing is the last few elections, the Senate elections, as we were both in the Senate election. And after on the general election, the Republicans ahead, it's been the last couple of cycles, and all of a sudden this massive votes, where they go glean the votes from the people in the homeless centers, places like that, or who knows where.
Well, they used the bad voter rolls. The voter rolls are atrocious right now, and we've got to clean those up. And that's one of my missions, is to re-register everybody. You have to prove you're a citizen. You have to prove you actually live here, because we have so many people that don't live here on our voter rolls. And that's how they do it. That's why we were emphatic to President Trump. You've got to get rid of mail-in voting. And
there's some other elements too that they don't have the same now. The NGOs, the $1 billion going to the charities on the border. We closed the border. We've removed a lot of people. You just saw in New Jersey what happened. But Jim, the bottom line is, you're going to be coming Wednesday, you're going to be at the Red Move Roundtable discussion at 12 o'clock. So you go to redmove.org, and we will have a list of questions for you. And we're going to be screening some of those questions. We're also asking those who are signed up to be at the luncheon to submit their questions, and they'll be able to ask you questions. We're going to have them submit it first. We want all the Republicans to win every election this cycle, because the Republican message is a good, solid message. It's about America first.
Exactly.
And it's about election integrity, which you stand for. You are in Nevada, Mr. Election Integrity. I mean, every press person was asking a few years ago, what did you think the election was fair, when Trump lost, remember? And I think you're one of the few people that said straight out words, it was not. It was not. And you stood firm.
I've known we've had election fraud here in Nevada since 2010. And I've been working on election integrity since really a lot since 2014 during that election. And by the way, that's when the Republicans took over control of the Assembly and Senate and governor that session, 2015. But it didn't do us any good because they were all Democrats basically that got elected
Well,
as
Jim,
Republicans.
it's your time. It's your time. You
Yeah,
stood firm. You've been consistent. I mean, he's totally consistent. If you want a consistent, honest, straightforward person, you're the guy for Secretary of State.
yeah,
Hey, one last thing.
yeah.
Now, I know the Secretary of State, the most important thing is your vote and protecting that security of the vote in Nevada. But the
Right,
other thing the Secretary of State does is enhance business. And you talked about the
right.
commerce tax
Yeah.
at the last Central Committee, which is really good. And
Yep.
what are you got some great plans to help commerce and business in Nevada, especially the little guy.
Well, one of the reasons I decided to run for assembly in Nevada here was because those Republicans under Sandoval and Mike Roberson and others passed the commerce tax. I mean, how ridiculous is that? Republicans passed a commerce tax. That's
Five of them
unbelievable.
did, and that's five of them did with the governor signing off, but everyone felt the pain,
Yes, and
and they
it's a
were all thrown out of
ridiculous.
office next cycle.
Right,
And
and
you
that's
won.
one of the things I want to do, and I'll use every opportunity I have to repeal the commerce tax and get our registrations, our corporation registrations, back to where they should be to promote economic development here in Nevada. I mean, it killed an industry here that shouldn't have, and we've got to encourage businesses to come to Nevada, and you don't do that by taxing them. So we got to get back to reasonable policies that we had before. Nevada was once viewed as a great place to do business and incorporate your business, and that ended in 2015. So I'm going to try to undo that because I do have, some authority over that because we oversee the corporation registrations. So one of the things I'll do is be abdicating. I'll maybe use one of my bill draft requests to repeal the commerce tax and hopefully encourage the new assembly people and new senators that come in next session to join me, and let's do this. I mean, that's we've got to. I mean, we need more economy here in Nevada, great economy,
Right.
and
So
that's one way to do it. So
when we get more businesses here, local government does well. They get the business from the local business, the facilities, the property taxes, things of that nature. They do well.
yes,
I mean, Story
absolutely,
County has done kick tail because they were so business friendly.
right, exactly.
And the
Case
state
in
needs to be
point.
business friendly too.
Yep,
And there's a lot of things.
exactly.
Well, Jim, people are going to get a chance to talk to you on Wednesday. We'll see you Wednesday. And as we get my report, that's going to be the Conrad report back online, I'd like to have you from time to time up on this, talk to the folks, talk to the voters, see how your campaign's
Okay.
doing. I mean, you just had a big upset,
I
and it
know.
was because people believed in you across the board.
Yeah.
So it is your time.
Well, I've been out there a lot, and you're right. I'm consistent with my message, and the consultants tell you, oh, you got to moderate and all that, but I don't do it. And you know what? But there is one aspect that really hurts me by not doing it is I don't get the donations to run my campaign. Running campaigns like this is very expensive, and I don't get donations because they've all the Republican apparatus tells their donors, don't donate to him. He's a radical. He can't win. That's what they say. And I don't moderate my message. The message is the same. I just can't do that. And my consultants get mad at me, but whatever. I can't help it. So
Jim, you don't have any. It's not your consultants right now. It's you.
yeah, it's me.
It's you.
Yeah.
And I know you had to run a tight campaign, and often it doesn't take all the money to win an election, but it takes
That's
some
right.
money. So
Well, I've proven
I know a
in
lot
the
of people are
past.
getting behind you. I
Yeah.
can't. A lot of people say you are the number one campaign now. In the second congressional district up here,
Yeah.
Dave Flippo we consider him pretty safe. He's run a great
Yep.
campaign. He's got a
Good
great
friend of mine,
team.
and we need him in Congress. We
He's
need
going
him
to, and
there.
he just overwhelmingly won the primary by 11, 12
Yeah,
points.
and let me say this: I served with Teresa Benitez Thompson, TBT. I served with her. I know how radical she is. I
She is a
know she is
radical.
not a moderate. Do not fall for that. She is radical. She is radical as Aaron Ford. So,
She's Miss
uh,
Miss DEI.
oh my gosh,
I mean,
and
she is
more.
not Nevada. She's not Nevada.
No,
Nah,
not
she's
Nevada.
she's the
I know her.
she's a Democrat. She's that Democrat party the Democrats are worried about.
Yep,
So,
and she didn't like me. I can tell you that. So,
well, Jim, you're consistent. You're straightforward. You've never changed your message, and it's your time because your message has always been the right message.
well, I appreciate that. I hope so.
Well, Jim, we'll see you on Wednesday.
Yep. See
And
you
wait,
Wednesday.
one last thing. How can people contact you? You got
Oh
Jim
yeah,
Marchant for Secretary of State.
JimMarchant.com. JimMarchant.com. And there's a
Yeah.
big, beautiful donate button right there in front and center. Click on it.
You know what? If it's only $50, $20, everything
Yeah.
counts.
I mean,
Numbers count. And I'll tell you what, Jim doesn't waste money in campaigns. I
no,
can
no,
tell you
no,
what, he
no.
runs extremely solid campaigns. To be conservative and to be solid, and I mean, it is. We're good, more conservative, and
Yeah.
people are understanding you can lose the country, and it's people like you who protect the
Yep.
country.
Yeah. I got a donation the other day for $2.26. So I'll take it.
I'll match that.
I only need 50,000 or 100,000 of those to donate, and I'm
Yeah,
good.
that's every
So,
vote. That's the
yeah.
votes. Well, thank you, Jim.
All right. Thanks, Bill.
Take
See you
care.
when.
So anyway, we just had Jim Marchant on, and he is, one thing I can say about Jim, it's a positive. Ever since I've known him, he has been consistent, hasn't changed his message, and it's his time. I mean, he just won a primary over three other good, solid Republicans, and we all need to get behind Jim. We need to vote for Jim. We need to support him financially. We need to get out and walk for him. I think he is as important as any election. I think the governor is going to do okay up here in the second congressional district. Dave Flippo is going to do fine. And I think there's going to be some tails here. I think it's going to be a good cycle for conservative Republicans. It's our time, and get behind Jim. So come out on Wednesday, which is next Wednesday. It's the first Wednesday of the month of August. Come to Reno Town Mall. Go to redmove.org to sign up. And we're going to have some pizza, some cold drinks, some chips, and a dessert, and listen to some of the top candidates who are Republican. Till next time, we're going to start the Conrad Report back up, and catch us here on redmove.org, and as well as the podcast, the Conrad Report. Take care, and we'll see you Wednesday.